Have you ever noticed that leaving a crowded party at like 10:30 p.m. suddenly feels like winning an Olympic gold medal?
Oh, it really does. It is the best feeling.
Right. I mean, you slip out the back door, you do the quick math in your head, and you realize, wait, I can be in my own comfortable bed by 11 fun 5.
Exactly. You walk out to your car, the quiet night air hits you, and you just feel absolute victory.
Complete victory. Well, welcome to today's deep dive. We are looking at a topic that society usually gets completely wrong.
Yeah, so wrong. Society tells us growing older is this slow decline.
Right. People fear it. They run from it. But today, we are going to explore why getting older is actually a wonderful gift. It is like the ultimate life upgrade.
It is a massive upgrade. I mean, so many people spend their lives dreading their own birthdays. They just do not want to see that number go up.
Which is such a shame, you know?
It really is. Because if we look at what happens to our minds and our priorities as we age, we actually find a lot of peace. We stop fighting time.
We learn to use it better. So let us start with the funny everyday signs of this upgrade. Like, our habits change, and they change for very logical reasons.
Oh, definite.
For example, television subtitles.
Yes.
10 years ago, subtitles were only for foreign films. Now, I mean, I literally cannot watch a simple comedy without the text turned on. Why do we suddenly need to read our TV shows?
Well, it is a classic sign of growing up, and the reason why is actually fascinating. It is not about your hearing failing.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It is about cognitive load. As we get older, our brains just become highly efficient. We want to process information with the least amount of effort.
Oh, I see.
And modern television has loud music, and people mumble their lines. So instead of straining to hear, your brain just reads the text. You are outsourcing the effort.
That makes so much sense. We're basically optimizing how we relax. Like, we want the story, but we completely refuse to work hard for it.
Exactly. You want the easy path.
And I think this same efficiency applies to another famous milestone.
Yeah.
The accidental sofa nap.
Oh, the gravity of the sofa is very real.
It is. You sit down on the sofa just to check your phone. You tell yourself, I am just resting my eyes.
Yeah.
And an hour later, you wake up completely confused about what year it is.
Right. But again, look at the biology there. When we are young, we constantly fight our bodies.
Oh, yeah. Endless cups of coffee.
Exactly. We ignore being tired because we have this fear of missing out. But as we age, our bodies get better at signaling what they need. And more importantly, our brains finally listen.
So the nap is not a sign of weakness.
Not at all. It is a sign that you stopped fighting your biology. Your body needs rest, and you finally have the wisdom to just surrender to it.
I love looking at it that way.
Yeah.
It is like our energy battery gets smaller, but we use the energy much better.
That is a great way to put it.
Which brings us back to the party rule.
Yeah.
Like, when we are kids, we want loud parties. We want balloons, clowns, huge cakes, endless noise.
Total chaos.
Right. But now, my perfect birthday is a quiet indoor picnic. Or just a simple dinner with, like, 3 close friends. But I do have to ask, why do our perfect weekends and birthdays become so much quieter? Is it just because we are tired?
It is a very common worry, but no, it is not about being tired. It is a shift in motivation.
How so?
Well, psychologists talk about how our view of time changes what we want. When time feels endless, we want to meet as many people as possible. We want the volume turned all the way up.
Right, you want to experience everything.
Exactly. But when we realize time is actually a limited resource, our brains naturally filter out the noise. We choose quality over volume. We choose peace.
Oh, wow. So we just stop feeling the need to be busy to impress other people.
Precisely. You choose peace because you know what actually matters. And this leads directly to one of the greatest benefits of aging.
What is that?
Letting go of other people's opinions.
Oh, yes. It is like unlocking a superpower. I mean, think about the mental energy young people spend just worrying.
It is exhausting.
It really is. They worry about their clothes, their hair. They obsess over a tiny mistake they made in a conversation 3 days ago.
Entirely exhausting. And it happens because young brains are wired to seek social validation. Like, a young person feels they need the approval of the group just to survive.
That makes sense.
But as we age, the emotional regulation parts of the brain mature. The part of your brain that worries about social threats actually calms down.
So you just stop caring.
You gain self-knowledge. You know who you are, so you do not need other people to validate you. You feel safe on your own.
Going to the store is the ultimate test of this. Like, in my 20s, I would check the mirror before leaving the house just to buy milk.
Oh, we all did.
Now, I can walk into the store in messy clothes, old sweatpants, unbrushed hair, and I feel totally fine. I am just there to buy milk. I do not care if a stranger judges me.
That is the perfect example. You are comfortable in your own skin, and this shift completely changes our close friend groups too.
Yeah, they definitely get smaller.
Right. When we are young, we want a massive circle of friends. But as we get older, we keep in touch with just a few true friends where the friendship feels easy.
But wait, I want to push back on this a little bit.
Sure.
Is it not sad when our circle of friends gets smaller? It kind of feels like we are losing people, like our world is shrinking.
I completely understand why it feels that way at first. Society always says more is better, more money, more friends. But think about pruning a tree.
Okay, pruning a tree.
A gardener cuts away the weak branches, right? Not to hurt the tree, but to direct all the nutrients to the strongest branches. We are not losing friends. We are choosing stronger, deeper relationships.
Oh, that is a beautiful way to look at it. We are just directing our energy.
Exactly. We learn to say no to obligations we do not enjoy. And saying no brings incredible emotional stability. You keep only the people who bring true joy.
I see. And knowing yourself and understanding your true friends, that really sounds like the foundation of what we call wisdom.
Yes, wisdom is absolutely the ultimate reward of getting older.
But what is true wisdom? Exactly.
Yeah.
Because it is not just being smart, right? Like a teenager can be a math genius, but we do not usually call them wise.
That is a great distinction. Intelligence is knowing facts. Wisdom is the ability to make good decisions based on knowledge and experience.
Right.
It is having a huge mental database of life and knowing how to apply it.
We have so many great idioms for this, like saying someone is wise as an owl because owls just sit quietly and observe everything.
Yes, or the phrase being long in the tooth.
Oh, that is a funny one when you think about it. Long in the tooth.
It is. It comes from horses. As horses get older, their gums recede, so their teeth look longer. So an older, experienced horse is long in the tooth. For humans, it just means you are experienced.
You've seen the patterns of life, and seeing those patterns means older adults usually have higher emotional intelligence.
They do, because they do not panic when things go wrong.
Exactly. Like if a young person drops a glass in the kitchen, they panic. They feel embarrassed. But an older person just grabs a broom and sweeps it up. They learn from mistakes instead of panicking.
That is a great comparison. There is a famous quote from Albert Einstein about this. He said, "The measure of intelligence is the ability to change."
The ability to change. I really like that. But let me ask you a question.
Go ahead.
Does wisdom just happen to everyone when they get old?
Mhm.
Or do you have to work for it?
Oh, you definitely have to work for it. Age brings experience, but wisdom comes from reflecting on that experience.
Ah, so you have to think about what happened.
Exactly. You can make the same mistake for 50 years if you do not reflect. Wise people learn to respond calmly instead of reacting with fear. They know most problems work out in the end.
And that inner calm completely changes how we look at ourselves in the mirror, does it not? We totally rethink beauty and health.
We do. Society tries so hard to hide wrinkles and gray hair. Everyone wants to look like a spring chicken.
Which is a funny phrase.
Yeah.
I mean, a spring chicken is literally a young bird with zero experience. Why would we want to be that? True beauty is being comfortable in your own skin.
It really is. Eleanor Roosevelt had a wonderful quote about this.
What'd she say?
She said, "Beautiful young people are accidents of nature, but beautiful old people are works of art."
Oh, wow, works of art. I love that. And Mark Twain said something similar, right? He said, wrinkles should merely indicate where smiles have been.
Yes, a wrinkle is just proof of a happy life. And the great thing is, our physical health often improves too.
Wait, really? Our health improves?
In many ways, yes, because older adults finally take the time to eat well, to exercise properly, and to care for their bodies without rushing. They listen to what their body needs.
That makes total sense. But, people always use idioms like age is just a number or young at heart. If age is just a number, why are people still so afraid of it?
People fear the unknown. Aging reminds us of our mortality, but when we actually accept our age, we find total freedom. Confidence comes from self-acceptance.
And when we stop worrying about looking young, we finally have the freedom to enjoy our memories, like the beautiful memories we have created over a long life.
Memories are treasures. There is such deep joy in looking through a physical box of old photographs, not just swiping on a phone screen, but holding a paper photo.
Yes, a picture of a childhood dog, or a messy, muddy summer camp, or even your grandparents on their wedding day.
Exactly. Those photos are like little keys that unlock doors in our minds. They help us remember our history.
And we can pass that love down to our family. Because aging is a privilege denied to many. Every birthday is a gift.
It truly is a privilege.
But, we usually only take pictures of happy times. We create a highlight reel of birthdays and vacations. Should we take more pictures of normal, boring days so we remember the simple life?
Absolutely. The simple pleasures are the best. A quiet Tuesday morning coffee, a messy kitchen. Enjoying those little things is important because one day you will realize they were actually the big things.
The big things, that is so true.
And reminiscing, just thinking warmly about the past, makes us feel deeply grateful. It is so good for our minds.
Well, to summarize our journey today, getting older is not about losing your youth. It is a new stage of opportunity, strength, and peace.
It is a beautiful new chapter.
It really is.
Yeah.
And honestly, sitting here right now, I have to say, I am just so happy.
Me too.
I genuinely love my current age. I would not want to go back in time to my 20s for anything. I am so excited for all the years to come.
I feel the exact same way. I love my age, I love the peace I have found, and I would never trade this wisdom for my younger self. The future is exciting.
It is. And we want to leave you, the listener, with a final thought to ponder.
Yeah.
There's a great quote that says, "Time you enjoy wasting is not wasted time."
I love that quote.
So if every birthday gives you a chance to start new, how will you choose to spend your time today to make your future self smile?
Such a wonderful question to ask yourself.
Thank you for spending your time with us today. We hope you feel relaxed, and we hope you embrace the gift of every single birthday. Goodbye, everyone.
Goodbye, and take care.
Oh.